In this video, I am going to explain a topic that is rarely talked about, a topic that is silent, invisible, a topic that you cannot pinpoint because it's subtle. And that topic is user experience. It's something that you cannot see, touch, but you can feel it. And that makes it difficult for professionals to explain it because it's somewhat there but not there. In this video, I am going to break it down and make it simpler for you as a beginner. Even if you are not working from Google, Netflix, or Amazon, even if you don't have a college degree, I am going to make it simpler so that you can start becoming a professional UX UI designer. Hey, what's up and welcome. This is Matthew Singati, the designer and developer, the hybrid, the double-edged sword from South Africa. In this video, we are going to create two screens for mobile and for desktop, but we are going to start with the mobile screen first. What is this special about this video and what are you going to learn? Number one, I am going to introduce you to something which is a popular term but which is misunderstood by the YouTube community. This term has been overrated, it has been misused, and people who claim to understand it and to teach you about it, they are making it a difficult concept and they are making use of language that is not accessible to you. And always when this term is being brought to you, you always feel like you don't relate to it. And that term is UX. As much as we are going to create a chat application, the UI of a chat application, but I want to start from the word that has been overrated and has been overused. As a result, you've been alienated in the process. Whenever UX is being mentioned, you always feel like this is something that you are not in a level to implement or understand. In this video, I am going to break that down. What is more special and interesting is that I am not going to use a certain language or certain codes or a certain complicated jargon or bombastic word. I am going to break down user experience with a language that you understand. So, without wasting time, let's just jump straight into it. There is UX and there is UI. Okay, this stands for user experience and this stands for user interface. So let me just give you some brief distinction between the two. Okay, so treat this as pure graphic design. This is all about colors, how things look, color blend, color matching, color style, and color palette. So whenever you think of UI, think of graphic design. Now let's talk about the user experience, the elephant in the room. Okay, so whenever we talk of user experience, okay, the key word that you must have, it's experience. Okay, so the keyword that you must have is experience. Okay, so what might be some sub key terms under experience? Okay, let me say number one, feeling. Okay, number two, usability. Number three, simplicity. Number four, clarity. Okay, so as you can see, these few words, they sum up the word experience. So whenever we talk about user experience, we are not talking of somewhat a complicated topic that you need to go to Harvard to, or you need to have a certain degree on. Okay, we are just talking about experience. Okay, take it as some sort of what can I say, an experience of anything. Maybe it was your first time in college. How was the experience? That is exactly what we mean. But I'm going to take that and show it to you how it happens in the context of mobile application or UX UI. But when we talk of experience number one, we're talking of feeling. Okay. When we are using this app, how it makes you feel. Usability. Is it easy to use it? How simple it is to use. And clarity. How clear it is. Okay. Obviously here the list is endless. Let me just add some bonus points, some things that are popping in my mind as I am talking about UX. Okay, let me talk about information architecture. Okay, information architecture. Okay, maybe in this list, let me highlight this in red. Okay, maybe in this list, this is some sort of a word that looks like it has got a special meaning to it. Okay, this is the only word that sounds bombastic. Okay, hence I'm going to simply explain it to you. Okay, so when we're talking of the information architecture, something that even popular and big apps, okay, they sometimes miss it. Okay, this just simply means, let's say I am being given a task, okay, as a content creator or an instructor on YouTube. Okay, I have been given a task to some sort of what can I say, to some sort of present to you my course. Let's say I've got a course which is UX UI 101. So I am an instructor. I have been given a task, okay, to some sort of inform you, okay, about my course. Okay, so there are many ways to go about it. Okay, let's say I will create a thumbnail. My apologies about that. I will create a thumbnail, and the thumbnail will, let's say, will have my picture here. Okay, this is Matthew. Okay, I'm a skinny guy, I am not that big. Okay, and I'm a bit tall. Okay, let's say this is me, and then I will have UX UI here 101. Okay, as you can see. Or the other option, I might have UX UI 101 with a list here, introduction, about UX, about me, and then maybe here I will be like, let's say, three concepts, which is maybe three concepts that are involved in UX UI, and present that. And here I might have my name. Okay, and then here I might have my contact number. Okay, looking at these two examples. Okay, here on point number one, we don't have much information. You don't really know exactly what's going on. You can see this is Matthew and this guy looks confident, at least. Okay, but he means nothing. Okay, more especially if he's not a celebrity, he's not famous, he means nothing. Okay, and then UX UI 101 still doesn't give us like more information. Okay, meaning that here my apologies about that. So here there is less. Okay, then here there is more, which is let's say there is more. Okay, so here there is less and here there is more. Okay, now how can we some sort of solve this problem? Okay, then we are going to introduce a term called information architecture. Okay, information architecture is just taking care of the information that we are presenting, becoming more cautious with it, becoming more careful, becoming more organized. Okay, so basically that's information architecture. Okay, on the user experience, becoming more organized. You just go an extra mile in caring, okay, about the consumption of the information in your application. Okay, let me just write this down. Okay, information architecture is taking care of the information, okay, of the information consumption. Okay, you are just careful on how people are going to consume this information. So let's just come up with a solution here. My apologies about this. Okay, now number one, before you, what can I say, before you design something, okay, something that will inform you as a student about my UI course, you ask yourself, like, what is the chief aim? Okay, what is the chief aim? What is the main focus? Okay, there's a quote that goes like, the main thing is to keep the main thing, whatever the main thing is. Okay, it might sound like a play around of words or a rhyme, but there's a lot of value sort of pegged in that statement. Okay, so here when we ask ourselves, what is the aim, what is the focus? Okay, we want to know what is the main thing. Okay, so one might be like, okay, the main thing is for, as exactly as we've been instructed, I need to let you know about my course, which I would like to believe we can take it deeper than that. Okay, so in order for us to understand the actual aim, okay, because sometimes clients use vague words in order to interpret what they want. So then again, this is a tip from me to you. Sometimes, and more often than not, clients, they don't really know what they want. Okay, so this is the client, this is where they want to go. Okay, they want to go home. Okay, so when they come to you, they will tell you that I want to buy a car. Okay, want to buy the car. Okay, this is what they think their problem is. Okay, they want to buy a car because if they've got a car, they can go home. That's how they think. Okay, and when they come to you presenting this, remember, they are very confident about like the knowledge of themselves and the knowledge of the problem. Okay, so that's where you need to be an expert. Okay, as an expert, as a professional in the game. Okay, you don't only some sort of play a creative facilitation or some sort of offer some creative services, but at some point you need to guide this guy, okay, and talk him into the goal. Okay, introduce some possibilities to the person. My apologies about that. Introduce some possibilities. Okay, so as you can see now, you are starting to level up, you are becoming a professional. Now you understand that the value in the game is not in the game. Okay, if the value was in the game, then it means that in any sports, players will be sufficient. Okay, let's take boxing. Muhammad Ali was going to be sufficient. He was not going to need Angelo Dundee as his trainer and Baudini as, let me just call him now, hype man. Okay, which I believe those are the two people who were very influential and helped him to become the greatest. Okay, the same goes on in soccer. Okay, those 11 guys, okay, in the field. Remember, I'm not a pro in sport. Those levels guys, they won't need the coach, okay, the guy who sees it all. Okay, so it's the same here in the industry. Okay, the value is not in the game, okay, but the value is in how you handle the game. Okay, so as a professional, you need to some sort of, number one, try to find out the main thing. Okay, why are we talking too much in this video? We don't get into Figma and design. The reason is I want to unpack to you the secret of UX, something that has been made complicated. Okay, I'm going to deliver it to you in the simplest and the most efficient way so that you can feel like it's something that you can do. Because when I was new into UI, remember, I'm coming from a graphic design background and I've got a diploma in information technology software development. So at least I had some knowledge about UI. graphic design, and coding, which is the diploma in IT. But UX was something new. So I struggled to understand it based on how it was explained. So that is the reason why we are some sort of in the classroom kind of an environment. So please be patient with me. This will pay off. And I would like to believe you are starting to see where I'm going. Okay. So you want to identify the main thing. What is the main thing? As soon as you realize that this guy wants to go home, okay, so he wants to go home, but he's coming to you thinking that he needs a car. A car is some sort of a tool to go home, but it's one of the possibilities. It's not the only possibility, okay? So you have to unpack, you need to know the client more, okay, to understand. Let's say, let me put it this way, even though this is not the direct application, you need to understand his budget, you need to understand his family arrangement, okay, you need to understand financially, is he capable in terms of his life in general, work leaves, when is the right time for him to go home. Do you see those things which have got nothing to do with buying a car? And then from there you need to guide him and tell him that, look, the best option for you given the circumstances, okay, when he agrees that these are the circumstances for him and this is what is important to him, okay, then you can tell him that, look, you don't really need to buy a car, okay, that might be an unnecessary cost or asset, because you stay closer to work, and also in terms of your budget and your finances, there are some things that you want to do. So number one, let's work on your experience. Have you ever traveled by plane, like flying? The guy would say no, and you have to some sort of introduce this to him. Imagine, for the very first time in your life, okay, you've been working hard, but you did nothing for yourself. So imagine if, just for I'm going to use South African rand. Imagine, just for, let's say, 2,500, okay, you can travel from one province, okay, from one province to another. Okay, in South Africa we've got provinces. So province, it's like, it's a bit distance from one place to another. Let me give you an idea. Traveling from one province to another, it might take 2 days, okay, minimum. Okay, it might take 2 days. So imagine traveling from one province to another within an hour. Okay, so traveling within an hour is not the essence, but the core essence is the experience. Okay, the feeling that you will get like a millionaire. And this is going to be instant. You are going to make a call here telling them that you are coming, and within an hour, okay, you would have some sort of what can I say, saved yourself 2 days of traveling, and you've got the cash, okay, but it's just that at the moment you don't think you have. And then from then you will fly back again, meaning that if you are using the flight, you have more time to spend with your family, because now you don't have some 4 days to waste in between. Okay guys, I'm not going to get into details, okay, about this, but what I'm trying to help you with, okay, in order for you to gain value, in order for you to be able to sell more, in order for you to get your proposals to be accepted, you need to understand the UX. And unfortunately, the UX, it's not the poster, it's not so visual, okay, the UX, it's not so visual, it's these hidden stories that I'm telling you. Okay, I want to take something from a general life, something that you understand, and I have to some sort of convert it into the UX context. So where I was is, okay, this is where I was. It's not easy to understand the main thing. Unpacking the main thing, it's a useful skill, and it's very important, and it's valuable. Okay, so when we talk about user experience, you need to understand the main thing. Going back to what the task that Matthew was given, it might sound like it's UX UI, that what it might sound like. Okay, he's selling a course or whatever. Okay, he wants the student to be aware. Okay, but beneath this, okay, in the, like, some sort of the iceberg itself, okay, there is CTA, a call to action. Basically, Matthew, if you boil this down, you will realize that this sums up to Matthew wants the student, okay, to do something. And what could that be? To buy a course. If you are a guy who's not subscribed, who's not listening or following my channel, Coded UI, when they look at this problem, they will quickly jump to the thumbnail, the video, and everything. But if you are my student, okay, you will have to first discover the main thing. What is the underlying problem? Okay, as you can see, we didn't design anything, but we are trying to understand what is the main thing, because the experience is being measured by the main thing. Imagine traveling, what can I say, nicely, okay, with everything, luxurious experience, but to the wrong destination. Think about that, okay? So the main thing is very important, okay, to understand the main thing. So solving this problem in terms of information architecture, we need to understand what is the main thing. The main thing is call to action. So we can just summarize here and say buy. Remember, don't forget, I am explaining information architecture, okay, under the context of user experience, okay? So Matthew want the students to buy, okay? Oh, cool. So in the end, you want them to buy, meaning that there must be a call to action, okay? We must find a way of getting these guys to do something, meaning that in our messaging, in our flow, in our whatever that we do, okay, we must get this person to buy. Now, even though the problem presented itself as some sort of getting people to be aware, okay, this is, what can I say, a hit and run, okay, this is a hit and run, this is some sort of an event, okay, because an event occurs once, okay, but now you are converting an event into a process, okay, meaning that a process, it's a series of stages. So whenever they talk about UX, okay, always think of a series of stages, okay, a series of stages, because if you look at it, guys, that's what makes an experience, okay. Yes, an event can be an experience, okay. You can maybe what can I say, you can be hit by someone or by something, and that will be some sort of a painful experience. I do understand that, but in the context of UI, okay, this is a process. Remember, we're getting into information architecture, so this means that in this process you will need to understand what comes first, because now it's a process. I don't have to present less, I don't have to present more. I need to be skilled on architecturing this information. Okay. I need to find a way of presenting this information into small bite-sized chunks, okay, or layers which are enticing, so that in the end, when we get here, it can feel natural for you to press the buy button. Okay, so here I was just giving you one of the concept, okay, of user experience, which is information architecture. I am doing this in the most natural, simple, with plain English, okay, unpacking and tons of examples, okay, and knowledge, so that I can equip you into understanding user experience. It's not an advanced concept that only people who went to university are supposed to understand, and also it's not reserved for people who are working at Microsoft, Netflix, Google, or Apple, okay. It's not. It's something that you, as a person from India, Japan, Nigeria, Morocco, United States, South Africa, Johannesburg, and Mossel Bay, where I am in Western Cape, okay, so this is something that you can do, and you can use this knowledge to convince the employers that you know what you are talking about, without even mentioning bombastic words, okay. So now I think you do get the essence of it. The bottom line is, when you're approaching UX, you need to be more of a conceptualizing person. You need to be more of a communicator. Okay, it's not like now let's quickly get to design. No, you need to be able to articulate, okay, the solution to the client or to your own bosses in such a way that they might feel like there is something right about what you are saying. They cannot pinpoint it, but there's something right. Okay, there's something noble about what you are saying. Okay, that's the experience. Okay, so as you can see, guys, so this means that you will break down this information, okay, knowing that in the end I need to get him to buy. So meaning that from stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3, I need to break this information down in such a way that when he gets here, he's ready to buy. So this will mean that here first I must talk to his need. Okay, what will that be? In the thumbnail, UX UI one-on-one, learn UX UI and get a job. Okay, you are speaking to the pain point of your target. Okay, learn UX UI and learn the job. Makes sense. Okay, it's pulling, it has got a pulling power. Okay, to some sort of get you into wanting to try it or to see what's in it for you. Okay, and then from here you can have a list, something here. Okay, a list of things. How am I going to take you there? And then here you can tell him that now you can buy. Okay, that is some sort of the whole story behind information architecture. Okay, so now I think you are comfortable with understanding what the user experience is. Now let's just go to the next page and now try to get closer into designing or into, let's say, app development. Okay, in the context of app development. Okay, and also we get closer into the screens that we are going to design. Okay, now in the context of app development, okay, we are about to create an app. So let's just quickly do a recap on what is it that we want to do. Okay, we want to create a chat application. That's what we are doing. Okay, let's say the client tells you that I want to create a chat application, or let's just say a chat app. Okay, we want to create a chat app. The chat app will have a mobile version and a web version. Okay, for mobile and the web, we are happy with that. And then since I will be the one who will be developing the application, okay, I need to make it simpler. Okay, I don't want to some sort of create a complicated tutorial. Okay, the tutorial will be basically I will be showing people how can they create an app like WhatsApp or Instagram, but an instant messaging app, the chat feature. Okay, so with that being said, it means that I just want to limit my screens and remove all the functionalities which might distort my intent. Okay, meaning that now I want two screens. Okay, for mobile and for web. So on the web we're going to have two screens, and on the mobile we're going to have two screens. Okay, so let's say that is all. That's the brief or the requirement from the client, nothing much. Okay, so let's go to the UX. Okay, let's go to the UX. Okay, now let's talk about the flow. Okay, so how are we going to get this person, okay, to some sort of what will be the entrance to the application? Okay, so we've got screen 1. Okay, we've got screen 1 and we're going to have screen 2. Okay, now we have to think, what is going to be the content of screen 1? Okay, cool. And what is going to be the content of screen 2? Okay, now as part of the UX, I need to know what will trigger the transition. Okay, what will trigger the transition from here to here. Okay, what will be the actual thing that, okay, what's the process looks like? Okay, when you are transitioning from here to here, are you going to click a button, let's say get started? Okay, is that what's going to happen? Are you getting started when you actually want to use the app? So that is user experience. Okay, user experience is silent. Okay, that's why when I want to introduce you to it, I have to be loud. Okay. By being loud, it means that I have to talk. Okay. Let me talk you through it. I can't practically show you because you will miss a lot of detail. Okay. Meaning that you will miss some information that will help you to present yourself in an interview or convince the client, because we just got into actual designing without me being loud, meaning that using my voice to communicate the message or the essence of UX. So I hope you understand that one. So this is silent. Okay, you it's a very subtle feature in app development. Okay, it's very subtle. You don't really know why you love WhatsApp. You cannot really pinpoint it. Okay, so these are the decisions that UX designers have to make. Well, a guy who's working in a big giant tech company, they will say, no, this is not how things are done. They will talk about user flow. They will talk about prototype. They will talk about wireframing. I do understand that. But remember, I am talking to a guy who's sitting at home, done with metric or done with varsity, but it feels like I need to make something out of my life. Okay. So I need practical tools. Okay. We are hitting pragmatism here to validate or to judge whatever by its practical use. Okay. Is it applicable? Okay. What's the use of me telling you about the user flow and all those fancy terms? Whereas when I'm done explaining, almost taken 3 hours of your time, and then you can't go on your own to solve problems. Okay, so when we are here, we need to know how are we going to move from here to here. Okay, and also what will be this screen. Okay, let's say let me just type here the heading. Okay, what will be this screen? Okay, what is it, what this screen does, what will be the content of this screen? Okay, and the layout, how is it going to look like? Because a combination of these, they make the experience. Okay, if I can open an app and dive deep into a maze, a confusion that affects the experience. Okay, so now that we know that, in our case we are creating a chat application and we are going to start with mobile. Then we will interpret mobile and create a web version. Remember, these are two different platforms. Okay, we will then see what are the things that are applicable to mobile and what are the things that are applicable to what can I say, applicable to mobile, and what are the things that will be applicable to the web. Okay, so now we are talking about two screens in the mobile version. It's a chat application, so this means that on the first screen, okay, on the first screen, which is screen number one, can I make it, or let me just make a list. Okay, this is screen number one. Okay, on the first screen, the app needs to be aware of me. Okay, which is let me just say register. Okay, registration is simple, the username, and that will be it. Okay, just a username. I am Matthew. The system needs to be aware that I am Matthew. Cool, I'm happy with that. And then number two, not only that, okay, I need to tell the system that I want to communicate to. Okay, let me just say here for now, another user. Okay, yeah, let's say another user, but I feel like this is too long. There might be a shorter version of this. So I need to tell the person, that the system, that I need to communicate with Matthew. Okay, my apologies about that. I need to communicate with Matthew. So in a way, um let me see. Here I will register, tell the system that I am Matthew, and then from here I must tell it that I want to communicate with this guy. Okay, and then from then I want to let me see. Okay, I want to kickstart the conversation, or I want to get started. Okay, let me just say start. Okay, if these things can happen, okay, then I will be the happiest man alive. Okay, and then from here, when I get into this screen, that means now I know who I am talking to. Okay, I know that. And what else? My details, the system is aware of it. So this screen, okay, um what kickstart this screen, or the most important thing in this screen, is the chat feature. Okay, well, we might also say start a conversation. Okay, I'm conversing here. Okay, cool. And then that means there will be these chats that I will be sending back and forth. Okay, number two, what else is important here? Okay, here we said we are registering. I want to talk to another user and I want to start the conversation. Now when we are going here, obviously I am going to chat with that person. What else that is important here? Because chat is some sort of a summarizing word. Okay, it entails a lot of things here, and that is one of the reason now it's like we are struggling a little bit, because chat summarizes a lot of functions. Okay, so now I'm trying to think what's the best way, okay, can I list these? Okay, because chats summarizes everything. Okay, but let's see. So how will this screen look like? Okay, it will have the profile and the name of the person that I'm talking to. Okay, here, this is the profile of the person that I'm talking to, and I will have a chat section. Okay, this is me. I said to the student I'm the best, and the student said, wow, I saw your videos, you are the best. Okay, and then what? And then from there I will have a some sort of a footer here. Okay, where I will put my information here and click send. Let me just put this. Okay, where I will click send. So now what I need to do, I need to explain this, okay, in this form. Okay, now let's change this, because this is some sort of a grouping word. Okay, so now what I want to do here, I want to send a message. Okay, send a message. Right, I'm going to type here and send a message. Okay, number two, I want to receive messages. Okay, I want to receive a message. When the other guy types back, I want to receive a message. Okay, number one, two, three. Number three, I want I would say notifications. Okay, okay, notifications. It's not going to be the notifications that you know on the phone, but in this context, I mean, if this person is typing, I need to know that. Okay, let me just type here, is typing. It's some sort of, the system is notifying me, like alerting me that this person is typing. Okay, the other thing under notification might be the message went through, which is a single tick on WhatsApp, sometimes going to double tick, and then from then it can be like some sort of blue tick. Okay, so I need that that notification. Okay, that indication. Okay, so the system needs to notify me or indicate. Excuse me. Okay, so now we are here. We know on the first screen I need to register, I need to select another user, and I need to start. Okay, so what will be this start or this get started be in terms of this context? Okay, let's say, is it create conversation? Is it log in? Or is it start chatting? Okay. My name is Matthew. This is the person I want to talk to, John. And then what's the label of this text message? Would it be start chatting? So we need to treat it like this. These two people will be in a chat room. Okay. I am the OG. Okay. I am used to WhatsApp. Sorry, not WhatsApp. Sorry, Mixit. Okay. There was an app which was called Mixit. Okay, which I would like to assume not necessarily it was the first social media application, because it depends on where you are. Okay, I'm in South Africa. Okay, so the time Mixit was blooming. Okay, it was like a hit. Okay, to me it was my first time to use a social media application, hence I'm going to say, okay, it like one of the earliest form of social media. But I think Mixit was so successful such that it gained an international audience. Okay, so in Mixit there were chat rooms. Okay, there were chat rooms there. So now let's introduce the context of chat room. The reason why I talk about these things, maybe it might be a little bit programming-ish. Okay, so please don't mind about this. I'm also a developer, so I'm going to use Socket.io to create this application. So the reason why I'm introducing some chat rooms, that's the technical knowledge of me. Okay, so there will be a room. So how does this chat room thing talks to labeling this button? Okay, this just means that these people, technically in the coding, they will be joining a room. Okay, they will be joining a chat room. They must be inside this chat room so that they can some sort of privately communicate. Okay, privately share message. Okay, so let's say what you are doing here, you are creating a chat room. Okay, so the name of the screen. Okay, so screen 1 will be create chat room. So as you can see, at first I was thinking this is about the user. Okay, that's what I was thinking, that okay, I have to register, the system needs to know my details. But now as I'm getting into this stage, I'm starting to realize this has got nothing to do with you. We need your information. We need it, but it's not the key. We are not just putting it in there for nothing. Okay, this makes sense because we are creating a chat room. Cool. The chat room is going to give me a platform to communicate with my friend. Makes sense, right? Okay. I hope you are starting to get the essence of user experience. Okay, maybe it's mixed with a little bit of technicality. I hope you are able to draw the line there. Okay, but to name the first screen, create chat room, it's part of the user experience. Okay, I think it talks to clarity. Things must be clear. What is the intention of the screen, so that we can make sure that we do exactly what we say it's going to do. The main thing is to keep the main thing, whatever the main thing is. Don't forget that. Okay, so create chat room. I'm happy with this. Okay, so now what do I need in order to create a chat room? I will need, number one, the username. As you can see now, the user is not the focus here, but if you look at it, it makes sense that we landed here simply because this is a chat application. So we cannot say the user is the key. No, the user is one of the, let's say, the ingredients that we need to create a nice or delicious meal. Okay, and the delicious meal here is chat. Okay, so that's why we've got here a chat room. So we will need a username. Okay, number 2, a user image. Okay, we'll need your username and your user image. Number 3, this one, it's a systems. Okay, let me just say NB. Some of the things here are not the things that you are going to supply as a user. Okay, your status, like let me just say online status, let me just say Is this user online or offline? Okay, you want to know. I think this talks to this notification. I want to know is online. Let me just type it like that. If you're wondering why I've got a tendency of asking things when I want to say things like is typing is online, this is the technical knowledge. Okay, this is how I'm going to code it. Okay, is online, true or false. This is a boolean, hence I'm like asking. Okay, so I would want to know that. I want to know the username, I want to know the image, I want to know the online. One of the most important thing, we can choose, okay, we can choose to create a chat room so that it can feel like chat roomish, okay, like you are joining a chat room. Or we can take the approach of WhatsApp, where as a user you don't feel like you are creating rooms. Rooms are being handled by the system. Okay, so let's take that approach. Okay, you don't have to give me the chat room name, because now it doesn't feel like one-on-one. Remember, this is the user experience. These are the decisions that you have to take. Okay, we've got me here, the designer and the developer from South Africa. Okay, this is me. Okay, I always like to put my glasses here, like pretending to be a nerd. I'm not sure if I am. Okay, so this is me. This is not me. Okay, remember I said I am a bit skinny. Okay, I don't have too much weight. I'm loyal to my weight. Okay, meaning that I've been maintaining it to be like this ever since. Okay, maybe if I can move to China and Japan or Nigeria, maybe I might gain some kilos. Who knows? Okay, this is me. Okay, and this is you as my friend. Okay, I know you're asking yourself, at least if I'm going to draw you, you need to be cooler than me. Me, I'm not cool, as you can see. Low self-esteem. Okay, that's me. Okay, so you need to be cool. Okay, so if I want to make you cool, I need to give you some sort of a straight cap. Okay, those straight cap. Okay, or like a hip-hop artist. Okay, this is you. And then obviously, what can I say? You need to have a swag. Okay, you need to have a swag. Okay, the reason why I'm doing these things, I'm establishing the idea of personal. Okay, as you can see, I'm starting to mention some character traits and personality traits and high self-esteem, low self-esteem. The reason why I'm doing those things, I'm just gearing your mind into personal. Okay, you chat to this guy because, what can I say, there's some sort of meaning. You are attached to that person. There's value in you, or in you guys talking together. His mother is your friend or your family or personal. Okay, so we need to stick to that. So with that being said, understanding those things, it means that this relationship, it's a one-to-one relationship. It's you talking to your friend. Okay, you want to avoid anything that feels like a group. Okay, as soon as a UX, okay, designer or whatever, I start to involve a group, okay, and claim to be personal, okay, it's going to become a problem. Okay, when this person want to join a group, okay, it must be in his, just like in WhatsApp, it must be in his or her control to join that group, understanding that he will be mixed up with a lot of people. Some of them, they might say things that he doesn't understand. You will have to research. He's up for that because he has signed up for that. So here, what we want to do, we want the communication to be personal, one-on-one. So we need to avoid anything that says a group. So once you put your username and your image, okay, let's say I need your online status. So what we can do here, let's just do it like the way WhatsApp does it. Okay, let's ask also for your mobile number. Okay, if I'm going to teach you something, I must be close to reality as possible. Hence, I'm just involving here mobile number. Okay, I want you to practically see in terms of development, when I'm developing it, how this whole thing works. Okay, excuse my writing. Okay, your mobile number. Okay, it's going to be needed in the chat. So as you can see, guys, now we have managed to some sort of nail, okay, screen 1. We know the name that it's a chat screen. My apologies about that. It's a chat screen. And then screen number, sorry, it's you are creating a chat room. Okay, this is a chat room screen. You are creating it. Okay. If it's a chat room, okay, it's going to be between the two of you. Okay, this is a technical term, something that we as developers know. Okay, I still have to think of the UX name. Okay, maybe it might happen we might fall back to register. Okay, but at the moment, if we can think too much about those things, we are going to take a long time. Okay, we are not going to get into the actual designing. Okay, but at least now you see that these are the choices that you have to make. So we need to remove the essence of room here and stick to personal. Okay, so we will see what we can do. Maybe invite. This makes sense. Okay, a perfect sense. Invite, make it perfect. You are inviting a friend. Okay, it feels natural. Okay, so this is the invitation screen. Technically behind the scene, we know that you are joining a chat room, but this is invite. Okay, and then screen number 2 is the chat screen. So you want to send messages. Okay, I think screen number 2 is it's more clearer, okay, than screen 1. Okay, so if this is invite screen, then screen number 2 it's going to be chat screen, because you are actually chatting. Okay, on chat screen. Okay, here in this chat screen there is nothing much going on. Okay, except that okay, the username, except that we just have to present information and update you. Okay, as we have said here. Okay, I need your profile pic here. Okay, I need to know, are you online or you're not online? I need to know your last seen, and that will be it. And then here we're going to converse, and I need timestamps as well. Okay, those are the things that we are going to take care of in the UI part of it. Okay, guys, I am Matthew Msengati. I'm a designer and developer from South Africa. Okay, if this is adding value into your overall understanding of UX UI, please hit that subscribe button. Okay, and also if you might be interested in learning coding, okay, whatever that I'm doing here, I am going to code it in this channel. This is coded design, where I actually create those apps. Okay, as you can see. So please, guys, you can come into this channel and also help me with subscribing. Let's say you might want to communicate with me, you might want to interact with me. Okay, this is my website. Okay, if you might want to communicate with me, if you might want me to help you, okay, I've got a 10-hour coaching course where I actually sit down with you and understand where you are coming from and deal with the main thing and stick to the main thing, so that I can explain UX and UI based on where you are. If it means that there are some things that we have to discuss, and some short courses that I have to create for you, specifically for you, I will do that. Okay, so this, I'm avoiding the one size fits all. Remember, we are human beings. To talk about sizes in the human beings as if we are clothes or shoes, that is not human enough. Okay, so I don't want the one size fits all. I want to teach you based on your own understanding and your goal. Some people want to learn UI UX for their personal use. Some others, they want to create their own application like WhatsApp, and some others, they want employment. Okay, so by communicating with me here, okay, you can just come here and click a discovery call. You give me your email and your name and your email, and click send, and then I will come back to you. We are going to meet and you are going to tell me what you want to do, I will help you with things that I can within that 30 minutes. The 30 minutes is for a discovery call. I just want to understand where you want to go, and you just also want to see, can I take you there? Okay, thereafter, if maybe you still have more question, then you have to join the the 12-hour coaching course. If maybe you are happy, you can just click here to pay now. Okay, so enough about that. Let's continue. Now, what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to end this session here, okay, so that it cannot be too much, okay, of like everything in one video. Okay, so please stay tuned for part 2 when we get into the actual design. Otherwise, in the meantime, you can please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like the video. In case you might want to join the coded community, you can check the link, okay, in the description. Okay, you can check the description. There will be a link to my newsletter where I share a lot of tips and tricks around design and development. I am trying to be a bridge to help you to understand what is needed or expected in the development industry, so that you can code, so that you can design screens that are production ready. Okay, I have been working with some screens from client and from companies. Okay, like when I'm freelancing, a company asks me, can you create this React application for us, and the Figma file is not production ready. Okay, there's a lot of things that I have to do. Lucky me, I'm also a designer, so I quickly fix those things. Okay, and continue. So guys, I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. Please do me a favor, don't forget to join my email list so that you can gain access to things that I don't share here. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.